My name is Suzanne Silantoi Lengewa, but most people know me as Silantoi. I vied for the Nairobi senatorial seat in the last general election, 2017, and I was an independent candidate. The last general election was a very good learning experience for me. I think in general, everything that I experienced cannot be learned in a book or in a classroom. It just has to be experienced for it to be a real lesson. And so some of the things that my greatest lesson actually in all of this was that politics is doable. It always seems as though it's a far off thing that we can't get involved in, especially when you're young. It seems like you're extremely helpless in this country. But me getting into it and making it to the ballot and actually getting almost 32,000 votes showed me that I don't have to be a somebody to be able to make it in politics, that if my ideology is correct, there are actually people willing to listen. That was my first lesson. The second lesson is that it's very difficult to do this, to get into politics when you don't have a political party, and also issues of tribe come up. So Nairobi is a stronghold of a specific party, and therefore when you come in as someone who doesn't have a party, who is not necessarily from the right tribe, it becomes a big challenge. And that I thought was unfortunate. Because I think there's a lot more that people can offer who are not necessarily in a specific party or also from a specific tribe. Yeah, so those are my two main lessons. I got into politics out of frustration. So I work for a Kenyan organization that deals in public health communication. So I'm always in public hospitals and doing work in the community. And for a long time before the elections, the hospitals were closed because of the nurses' strike and the doctors' strike. And so I used to ask myself questions like, where are these people going to the hospitals? Where are kids being born? Where are these kids being immunized? And at the same time, you see a lot of corruption cases emerging of mismanagement, even in the health ministry. And so I thought to myself, like, we really need a change in our political leadership, if anything is to change for us as a population. So for me, politics is actually life. It's a way of life, and if we don't deal with our politics, then we don't change our way of life. And so I decided to get into politics because I was wondering if who am I waiting for to fix these issues for us, if not me. Currently, I'm working on the Fahari project, which is a program that aims at empowering adolescent girls and young women in the informal settlements of Nairobi by training them in having better employability capacities and also in their entrepreneurial skills, so that we can be able to make use of the youth fund and the funds that are available for people to do business. In addition to that, we realize that sexual and reproductive health is a key issue in the informal settlements of Nairobi. So this is part of the information that we'll be sharing with them, just so that we can find a way to deal with issues of early pregnancies, issues of contraception, even issues of just seeking medical help even when someone gets pregnant or is trying not to get pregnant. Just for knowledge for themselves. In addition to that, we'll also be sensitizing them on issues to do with governance, so that we can have more women being aware of their political space, and therefore in them being aware, they can know where to plug in. The first thing that is very necessary for a successful campaign is the resources. You need money just for even just basic logistics like fuel, for mobilization, resources are key. The second thing is definitely goodwill in terms of who is working with you. So you can find people who really sabotage other people because of the whole political thing. But yeah, you need to have good people who work with you. So if you have your resources right and you have your personnel right, I think you'll have a successful campaign. I have a few role models in the political scene. The first one is Wangari Maathai. I really looked up to her because she had a cause and she believed in the preservation of the environment, and she stuck by it. She suffered for it, but she still made it through. And we have places like Karura Forest and Uhuru Park because of her. And so in seeing how she went through quite a bit of things, but still made it, gives me the encouragement that, you know, one day I will be able to deal with the issues of corruption and to deal with the issues of mismanagement in the country. The second person I really look up to is Martha Karua. I think the one thing that I see in her is her strength as a woman. A lot of times her strength is associated with masculinity, which I believe is wrong, because you can still have a strong person who is a woman, and it's her trait. It doesn't have to be associated with manliness. Through the project that I'm doing in the community, the Fahari project, the way that I'm trying to sensitize young people, and especially young women, about political leadership is that just to have them know what is going on politically, being aware of their political space. I think information is key, and therefore with that information they're able to determine what steps they can take, hopefully mentor some young women into being political leaders, and walking the path that I have walked, so that they don't have to go through the same challenges that I did.